Hello everyone, it is I7s, and it is time for the next episode of our heating module dealing with heating and materials. In the previous episode, we talked about how both heat and chill move, but specifically only focused on like them roughly. We didn't really show examples of how they moved all that much. For those new to the series, I provide brute force solutions and try to solve problems in a very simple, user-friendly kind of way, rather than using super technical numbers other than when they are specifically needed. So this will be a very simple guide in today's episode about heat and it moving. In many cases, heating things, when buildings make heat is less ideal. Like right up here with this, when this runs, this will make heat, this will make heat. Different buildings will make heat. But seeing how it moves is very important. So in here, what we have is we have a couple of different situations that could happen. We're going to do it really, really simple. Alright, what we're going to do is we filled up this with magma at 900 degrees Celsius. I chose 900 degrees just so that you know that hopefully it won't melt the metal tiles. We're going to focus on this one right here. So right now, if we look at the temperature, it's at 20. It's because I am in creative mode and I just put the magma in. So what's going to happen, and it's going to happen to the others as well, is it's going to move. The temperature is going to move on all of these. These are made out of gold. I like using gold to move temperature. I'll explain why you would want to. But let's first just watch it move for the first one. So here we go. Alright, that's fine that it's solidified. It still has 900 degrees. And as you can see, it's moving. It's the hottest here. And then even just after a few seconds, it's becoming cooler and cooler. And after some more time, it is still gone. And it's still moving. And now it's heating this up. Now the reason why this is important is if we look in the second one, here's the 900 degrees Celsius. It's heated up these. It's going, diminishing returns. Now we're in a vacuum. A vacuum is when there is absolutely no gas. There's no oxygen, no carbon dioxide, nothing. There's just nothing right here. If we look here, 649, 2 blocks of nothing. And then metal tile is still at 20. Nothing has changed here. Nothing will change. Even though it visually looks like on the left that it will, it won't. So the bottom one shows that temperature is changing in this box right here. This one shows it's not because it's a vacuum. Now let's look at this door. I made this door out of wolframite. It's a very, very strong material. The melting point is quite high. Wolframite is also good for transferring heat. I imagine you could also use steel. But some of the other temperatures like gold would just not be enough to be able to deal with the higher temperatures. So wolframite tends to be really good. Steel adds 200 degrees right there to overheat temperature, so that might be useful. The thing we want to see here is even though the mechanized airlock says it's 57 degrees, this block is still 20 degrees Celsius. This is because the automation for it is currently on. You can see the automation on right here. It's green, which is making the airlock open. But let's see what happens when we close it. Watch how the blocks on the left, which is 697, and the blocks on the right, which is 20. See what happen. Let's see what happens when the temperature changes. Oh yeah, I have to unpause it. There we go. Alright, so the door is now closing and the temperature is still hot. This becomes hot and now, bam, it's bringing temperature over. It's warming up the window tiles. And eventually, we will see, now I fast forward it, we will see that the temperature for the water will go up. It went up by 0.1 degrees Celsius. Very slow, but it did go up. If I destroy the glass and we decide to use metal tiles instead, we will see that it'll also go up probably even quicker. Yeah, it's going up quicker. So the thing to keep in mind with something like this is we're not necessarily just moving temperature. It's now losing temperature on the left and moving it to the right. It all started at 20 degrees Celsius. So when you move temperature from the left to the right, we are actually making this cooler. Someone in the comments on the previous one pointed out entropy, and I think that's a really good way of looking at it. The simple way is, yes, you can move temperature using specific tiles like the metal tile. You can do it with doors to deactivate temperature from moving. Right now this has stopped it. It'll go up as high, you know, as it wants, and then this is still going down. But everything moves to equal itself out. That's the main gist. In future videos, we'll talk about why you would want to have something move temperature. You can also move chill and heat. Both of those. We just showed an example of moving heat because it's more visually easy to understand. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Alright, see you guys in the next one.